What's good, guys? What's good? What's good? Today we have a great show. You're gonna enjoy this, and because the next guest is gonna be somebody who was with us here maybe 20 years ago, and now he's in Korea. So, Hakumi's saying the sound. Let me check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Test. I'm good. Okay, I think we're good. I think we are fantastic. Okay, boys. So we were just listening to صنع في لبنان. هذا ألبوم جديد from MC Milo and Spiky Flavor, our last guest. He was working on it with MC Milo, and you know we like to show support and we like to let them know that we hold them down. طبعا the last 20 minutes with Spiky was not enough. You know, there's just too much to talk about. And yeah, if you haven't caught it, it's still there. Don't worry, everything is good. But today we're gonna start it a little bit differently. لأنه usually what I like to do is I like to start the show by mentioning my guest and mentioning like what he did, what is he from, stuff like this. But this next guest, I have a story that's gonna يعني summarize the whole thing. It's gonna summarize the beauty of breaking. It's gonna summarize the connection that we have with each other. All right, so just note that we know the next guest from Doha from 2002, from a small scene. I didn't really know him at the time, but I knew who he was. Obviously, I knew him, but we didn't know him like in a close way. Hakumi, he knew him, and maybe like Hakumi plays a big part in most of the B-boy stories that I have. So yeah, there's another one. But let me take you quickly to 2016, I think, or 2015, when I was doing a east to west trip in USA. Right, I was driving through USA from the east side to the west side, and the whole trip I had people with me, except for not a small city, a big city called Denver. Right, in Denver I was alone. I was just driving by myself. And when you drive by yourself for long hours, it's not really safe. So what I like to do, I like to take breaks, stop, and relax, chill, and then drive again. So I'm walking in downtown Denver, Colorado, and tired, from driving. I hear this break beat, the classic break beat, that and I'm like, yo, that is a break show going on, and I'm going to join. Obviously, I'm going to support, join. I go there, I see 3 B-boys, dance floor, a guy on the drums, and they're about to do a show, and I'm like, okay, I say hi, can I join? Of course, I pitch in some cash, like, to support them. And they're like, sure, like, go ahead. And then we dance for like a few minutes. We dance. And at this time, I didn't tell them my name. I just said, can I join? And they were like, okay, whatever, like, just join. And, it's a b-boying thing, that's what we do. I joined, and after, like, we're almost done, I realized that there's a 4th b-boy coming from the restaurant next door, right? He's coming, and he's like, I'm like, oh, there's not 3, there's 4 b-boys. So that's cool. It's going to be a good show. Except this guy is like, oh, Hamudi. And I'm like, what? I didn't even tell them my name yet. Like, how did he know my name? So I look up, and I realize it's John. And I'm just like speechless at that point. I'm speechless. I didn't say anything. I'm just like buffering. What the hell is going on? So John is like, yo, it's me. It's John. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Like, am I in this, like, a parallel universe thing going on? What the hell is going on here? And then, like, we catch up and everything. And then he tells me that, yo, I'm here doing a tour as well. but it's like he's going through. I think at the time he told me he was going to B-boy events in the USA. He's just going to a lot of events, and then he was like doing like a whole bus stops thing everywhere, and that was crazy because we did not plan this, and I haven't seen him in like 5 6 years, something like this, and it's just one of the craziest things. So please allow me to welcome representing the action all the way from Korea, B-boy. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if he's here or he's gonna dump us. Yeah, he's not here. He's not here. Where is he? B-boy 1, 2, 3. I don't see you, B-boy. Fudosha. Hey, Fudo, what's going on? Let me see you. Where did you go? I'm gonna tell him go because he's not here on the live. Hazan Q85. Hala Hassoon. Let me see. Okay, he's gonna join soon. Yeah, he's here. He is here.
What's up? Salam, salam. Salam, Yani.
There's a big there's a big crowd here waiting for you, John. And like last minute, I'm like, yo, where did he go?
Oh, well, yo,
What's good,
my
man?
bad, peeps. My bad. What's up,
Well,
everybody?
welcome, John, everybody. Welcome, John.
What is up? Hello, world.
What's good, man? I hope everything is good. I hope everything is
Yeah,
good
man,
with
just
you.
got out of the shower. Everything's good with me. Having a
Yeah.
family Sunday. How about you?
Oh, cool, cool. Well, Sunday here is not a vacation, so it's just another day for
True,
us. You know what I mean? Like,
true, true.
um,
Holiday.
it's just exactly another day, just like tomorrow. You know, it's not gonna be anything special. Man, I was just telling
Word.
them about how we met in Denver, Colorado,
Yeah, yeah. Phew.
out of the blue. One of the craziest coincidence in my life as a b-boy. I mean, not in my life as a b-boy, just in my life on the regular. And it's like
Man.
it's a crazy thing where we met and then I think we drove to your sister house, right?
Yeah, from Denver, Colorado, we drove to what was it? Fresno,
Sam,
Cali.
Sam, yeah,
Fresno.
we stayed at at the DJ place for a
Yeah, yeah,
night,
in
I think.
LA. In LA
Oh,
after
that
we
was
met our sister.
when
Oh,
I
that was
thought
crazy.
I was dying. I was like, yo, I can't breathe. Yeah, that was some heavy shit. I don't know if you remember that, but we're
Man.
gonna keep that on the low for now. This is for
I got
the
it, man.
podcast.
That's
This
a
is for the
drama, dude.
podcast.
That's a movie.
Yeah,
Where?
yeah, that was I think that was one of my first experience from that thing. But let's not talk about that. I'm a b-boy. Was good. Yeah, man, it's good to have you on the show. Like to
Thank you for
have you
having me,
and
man.
no, man. Like you were here in Doha, so it's not easy to find a Korean b-boy who was here in Doha and that we know on a personal level. Like I guess, and that gives us a perspective. It's a new perspective for us, for the b-boys here, and probably for you too. Like to be from such a different culture in a very strong culture. Like I don't know. There's a lot of things we can talk about. But like to kick this interview off, I think we're gonna start off just like everybody else. Tell us when and where did you start breaking?
Yo, man. First of all, I'm 135, representing the action from Korea, from the world, the globe. I started breaking, or I've got into the hip hop culture when I was around third grade in Korea, like pre-L, third grade. 안녕하세요, salam alaikum. In Korea,
Yes,
there
it's
was
good.
like there's like a hip hop comic book. There used to be a comic book in Korea called Hip Hop,
Yeah.
which mainly focused on
Oh,
breaking and popping. Um, do I have it here? It's probably in the somewhere, but
a comic book for hip hop. That's dope, man.
where so like kids in school, we would just break in the back of the class. We try to do like
Yeah.
one kick and like try to do head spins. That's how we started. That's it, man. Like when I was 10, now I'm 34, so it's been 24 years. Damn.
Oh shit! Don't
What?
say that like that, man. 34. Yeah, so that's like 24 years of breaking. Oh my God, what a journey, man. It's crazy. It's
Yo,
crazy. Most of us we don't realize how long it's been. Like same thing with the other guys. Like when you tell them like when did you start? Because we never talk about when we started. We just talk about how we started. Like we always have that
true.
first memory of how you start, and like because it's such a strong memory. But the
Mm,
win part it gives you a time frame, like a timeline on your life. Like oh shit, look, I was there, and now I'm here, and it's a crazy thing. And and
word.
I'm sure now you're not like you're not like before. Like like the priorities have shifted
True.
from the time you were in the third grade, and now you're like a grown up person. And I even have another thing coming, which is like it's not a study, but it's like the word b-boy, and
Mm.
how can we use it as men, like when you introduce yourself as a b-boy, like. But this is for another story. Maybe we talk about it later on a podcast or something, because this is gonna take
Sure.
like hours to
I will.
digest.
I will.
Aywa. So then my next question is like, when was the realization that, breaking is, I'm not gonna compete anymore. I'm not gonna do it like on the highest level yet. Like, when did you realize that at some point, or was
Mm.
it
Well, first of all, for breaking for me was never about money. I have never thought about making money with this, like, making a living out of
okay?
it. Like
Dope. Yeah. Yeah.
I would
Exactly.
do shows, like shows or battles. Battles are for like family, like the crew. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a
I got
memory.
you.
Money wise, it's just shows, but I have never been thinking about like how am I gonna live with this. But around 28, my best friend, who used to break with me since high school,
Yeah.
he passed away due to a brain tumor, and
Oh, rest in peace.
that shukran, Yani. That that made me that made me think a lot. Like
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
not just because he's a friend, but we used to break together and we used to do everything together. And I was thinking, why am I doing this? Like, what does this mean to me?
Yeah.
So after that, like all the community works or like, going to battles and everything, that didn't really mean to me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess that's like the turning point for me around 28. Yeah.
So it wasn't a long time ago. I think it was maybe I for me it was a bit earlier than you, and it wasn't like that at all. It was just different. I think I realized that I shouldn't do this anymore, and I was like exactly like you. I wasn't thinking of going pro. I mean, in the
Hmm.
beginning, I wanted to be pro b-boy. I wanted to compete. I wanted to do everything. But then around the early mid 20s, something like this, it started to fall apart for me when like the crew they
Mm.
some of the crew left, and the jams were not there anymore, and the community was just not the same. Something happened.
Yeah,
But like it's
that
crazy that
happens.
you lost somebody. And because a lot of the things that we do, it's all about the group, the crew. It's all about the
Yeah,
crew. Like
exactly.
like I when for example, for me, when Hakeem he traveled, like the whole crew was not the crew anymore. It was the crew minus Hakeem. Like Hakumi was
Yeah,
like he was
that's a
gluing
whole
everybody
different thing,
together.
man.
Yeah, and for me, I
Yeah,
realized like I was not doing this for competition. I was actually doing it for the social aspect. I wanted to be around those guys, have
bro,
fun,
I feel you.
practice.
Hmm.
Like that was the thing for me personally. So it's like, yeah, like
It's
I
like a
I get
routine,
that.
yeah.
And yeah, it's like a YouTube. And when somebody leaves or someone like pass away and stuff like this, the whole dynamic of the group is different now, and
True, true.
it becomes something else. So let me jump into the next question with like the proudest achievement in your breaking, because we are still b-boys. Like just because we don't do it, like it's not the priority, it doesn't mean we're not b-boys anymore.
Word.
We are
I
still
mean,
b-boys. I
bro,
hear a breakbeat, I go crazy. It
yo,
doesn't
it's
matter.
like, I mean, like, maybe the priority changes. Like, maybe the decisions you make may focus less on breaking, but one thing is for sure that you can never stop. Like,
Yeah,
dude, I'm pretty
there's
sure
no way you can stop.
I'm gonna be just like stepping even when I'm like 70 or 80. It's just the music,
Yeah,
you know, like you
definitely. Yeah.
like about the achievement, man, this is related with our meeting, man. This goes a way long time ago. But I used to translate for the Korean online community. I started my
Oh,
hip hop culture by online, not like offline, you know, like meeting people. But when I was in
no.
Qatar, I would always go on to Korean like hip hop websites with music.
Yeah.
It's called BM Korea. And I would talk to the people there
Okay.
because like in Qatar, the first year I couldn't find any breakers. So I was like the only one just practicing flares, you know,
Yeah.
getting like
Yeah.
all like bumped up with doing windmills, like handstand and shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so it was an online community where you can get like video clips and the music. So it started there. And that I met a guy named Junks from that community, and that kind of went way too far in my history. So we created a hip hop portal site called Korean Rock, which tried to
Oh,
spread
dope.
like knowledge or try to give out the interviews from the legends like Can Swift, Crazy Leg, Maurizio, you name 'em, man. We did like about 30 B-boys. That's like, poof.
That's like
So we
legendary
so
status.
uh-huh. I wanted to share my ability of English and Korean translation to give out or share to the community that accepted me for free. Like
Yeah.
it's not about the money. So and thanks to Tyrone and Cartel Creative, one of the Korean companies that did R16,
Oh,
acknowledged
big
our
shout out to
works.
everyone, man.
Where they acknowledged our works, so they invited us to IBE to do an debate about like different hip hop cultures around the world. So I
Ooh,
was invited to represent the Korean hip hop culture in a way, and that's where we
that is
met.
so interesting. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's what we met the first time, and that was the really,
Yeah,
really
yeah.
crazy time.
That's the thing. Like, I mean, I was in Doha, but we never interacted. But
Exactly.
thanks to Hakumi,
Akumi,
we got
yeah.
up, and then we met up, and that's how it got related to Colorado. Like, dude, like in Colorado, I didn't have a ride or like an airplane ticket to go to California, but I had booked a
Oh
ticket
shit.
in California, and I was like, you know, just puffing all day and thinking about shit, how am I gonna go to Cali? And then I was
That's
just
crazy.
doing a street show, and then you popped up in the stream. We're like, what the fuck is going on? I think, I mean, dude, that's mad crazy, and I
That's
think
crazy, and
that is like a
that's
movie,
that,
which
that's
that
like
is the
the
achievement, man.
summary of hip hop breaking community. I think
Yeah.
that summarizes the whole. Oh shit, John is here. Oh shit, Hamoud is here. Let's go
I
do something
know,
together.
we're like,
Like,
what the
like,
heck, man? Out of nowhere. I mean,
yeah,
dude,
like I don't. Yeah,
think about the world, like how many people lives in this world, and the day, like out of
ex
365 days, we didn't even know we were in
exactly.
Colorado, that we just met
The
up.
same hour,
Same
the same
street.
like the same location, same street, same. And we never actually thought about it, but it was those guys who you
Hakeem
met,
knows.
right?
Uh-huh.
Those guys who you met on the street, if they were not doing a show, you wouldn't have stuck there like in the first place. And if they
Yeah,
weren't doing
I know.
a street show, if they weren't doing a street show, I wouldn't have listened because I was walking around in the
Yeah,
area and I just listened to the break beat. And I'm like,
word.
oh, there's a break show. I need to go. Like, imagine if our community was like, oh yeah, there's a break show. Who gives a shit? You know?
I know
Then I'd be
exactly,
like,
dude.
okay, then would have just would have made anything. But like the culture, it really brings us together in a way that you cannot explain to the outsiders, I guess. But
Word.
and the way we met in IBE as well, that was pretty crazy too, man. That was really, really crazy because
Dude.
the IBE when we met,
Don't even
it
start with
was
this,
10
man.
years later. No, it was 10 years later, man. It was like
Exactly. After
it was
Doha,
like
10 years later, Hakumi Yumi.
yeah, like and at the time Hakeem, I think I think it was at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day of IBE, I think second day or first day or something like this. And then we were like going back to hotel or something, And Hakeem
hmm
is like, yo, it's John. And I'm like, yo, who are
Yeah,
you talking about?
the
And
second
I'm
day,
like,
yeah.
and he's like, yo, like John, the Korean b-boy. Because for me, there's only one Korean b-boy, you know?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like when he says the Korean b-boy, I automatically go back in my memory and I have only one Korean b-boy that I know myself, like personally. And I'm not talking about
yeah.
like people from YouTube or people from like Rivers or whatever. No, we mean like people that we know. And he's like the guy with the air tail like from CC. He's like yeah. He's
Damn.
like,
I
oh,
mean,
I'm like, oh shit, that's crazy, man. That's dope, and we ended up
that
catching
happened.
up the whole night. That's a dope thing, man. Um, I mean, that's pretty sick, man. And this is yeah, it could be really really good memory for you to keep on like your whole life. And I know I keep it like I tell this story to people that I meet like randomly like this, and I tell them this story, and then they're like, okay, we don't have anything to top this. Um, yo, I gotta ask if you are currently working on anything. Like, do you have any future projects, or do you have any projects right now?
Right now I'm working on a project with this company called Uni One Communications. It's like events,
Dope.
man. I mean, first of all, stay healthy, everybody. Fuck Corona, but let's stay healthy.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah, like the virus, it's killing a lot of jobs, you know? It kills
It's
lots of
killing.
jobs.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm trying to pursue. I used to work in event organizations, and I was in Saudi last December doing a PUBG Mobile event. Man,
Dope.
salam alaikum. Love you all, Habibis, too.
I was gonna ask
And
about that
now,
later.
like
I was still gonna ask
now.
about it, but like, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So I realized like working as a staff made me realize that I actually want to get into the esports culture because the esports culture itself, I saw it since like 8 years ago, just the game League of Legends, but the game community has been lo way long time ago. It's just
Yeah, yeah.
the same as how the hip hop culture grows. If you see
hmm
carefully, the esports culture grows the same as hip hop culture. Because the
Okay,
the common factor is that there's no boundary. Like
okay.
music or dance or language, there's no boundary. The game, same thing. So
No
I'm trying to
boundary.
get
Yeah.
into esports organizations, but now since there's not many jobs, I'm trying to do more projects. And I have a top secret ninja big ass project called Topside Corp Entertainment.
Here we
And I
go.
know some
Here
of
we
y'all
go.
right now is looking right now, but
Here we
they
go. Here
watching,
we
so I
go.
can't really say anything about it. But dude,
We want that
it's
juice.
it's gonna rock not the world, but it's gonna rock the space, my nigga, dog. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So which means I am making a living out of mostly company works.
Okay, so like corporate stuff, like, I mean, that's that's what the b-boying is. Like, you b-boy, you find a way. Like, there's no end of the road and there's no dead end for a b-boy. I think this is the only lesson that I got from breaking. Like
Word.
there is no like a straight path you follow. No, there's like a million ways to do one thing. The move that you want to
True.
do. Okay, if somebody did it before you, you can still do it, but just find your own way and find your own flavor. So this
I
is
mean,
like,
like,
and this
I mean,
applies to life, I guess.
if I elaborate for what you said, like straight up, like what you said was, like you can apply it, but you got to do it with your own style, right? So
Exactly. Yeah.
me, I used to, if like lots of b-boys try to battle, what I would do is actually organize the competitions, try to
Dope.
provide battles for the b-boys. Like small time jams got me
Yeah.
into like
Yeah.
big like global jams like R16. Um,
hmm
like picking up these parts like how to tape like the boxes on the
Yeah. Yeah.
floor,
Yeah. Like,
starting
yeah.
from
Yeah. Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
everything like I think if you break like b-boy or b-girl, or if you're a pop or if you're in the hip hop culture, you naturally learn how to hustle. Like
Exactly.
you get to observe.
Exactly.
It's like observing a tag or graffiti on a wall. You get to observe how the people work, how do people make money. And I think that kind of got me into the way I'm doing right now. Just like you said.
Yeah, I guess like when you are in a crew and when you are throwing like jams and stuff, it does give you like
Uh-huh.
some managerial and organizational skill like that you end up
Right,
developing,
definitely.
and then you can use it later on in your life for sure. And definitely like
Definitely.
don't forget that in kind of like the hip hop is it's so you meet so many people from so many different places in the world, and it kind of give you like a way that you understand culture in a way that like a
Word.
person who goes to school, he doesn't understand culture. He understands, for example, business, but he doesn't know culture. So you out there, you understand culture and you're exposed to all these different elements and languages and stuff like this. This definitely comes into your use when you want to use it later on in
Definitely.
life. So
Definitely.
since we're talking about like the skills that you need and what you need to do later on in life, like if there's any advice that you can give the new generation of b-boys, like on how to how to approach the next 10 years, for example, like from somebody who's been doing it for 24 years, man. So if you have any
Hmm.
advice for the younger generation.
Let me think about it. Um, any advices or I want to share a bit of my perspective on that
Yeah,
24 years. Um,
yeah, go ahead.
I said before, lots of things change when my friend passed away. But
Hmm.
if you carefully think about it, you're gonna see if yourself is a b-boy or a b-girl or is inside the hip hop culture, you're gonna see a lot of people around you that's gonna go, like you said, pro, or that's gonna stop, or either way, somehow end up in somewhere. But I've
Yeah,
seen lots of people like OGs or like younger generations talk shit and not respecting like others' decisions. Like if you in Korea, man, some of this there was like a trend like some if you don't break the whole time, if you have like a part-time job or if you have like a job,
yeah.
then that automatically kind of like demises you from the level of breaking. And
Oh,
like
oh, that's weird.
and after 10 years, I see the people that actually demise those kind of people, they're on the same level. The only shit they do is just talk. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I know
But
exactly what you mean.
you know what I mean? But that influences a lot of people around him or her, especially the younger generation. They're gonna do what that person does, like demise the other people around. They're gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, they're
What,
gonna show that
whatever,
negative energy.
exactly, whatever they do, like if you made your own decisions. So, to my advice is this: even if you're young or not, I think you should really carefully ask yourself what this culture or art form means to you. For
Hmm.
example, let's say maybe Hong Ten. For him, it means like he wants to win the world championship. Let's say
Yeah,
for me, this is what like my friend. Whenever I'm at work, like overtime, like I work around like 4 a.m., starting from 7
yeah,
a.m. It's like
yeah.
Korean business shit, like. And then on the weekend, all my stress, I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna go and break. Just listen to music
Exactly.
surround me. And that
Just enjoy
is
and
like
chill.
exactly. That is like the happiest moment of my life. And that is when I don't have to think. It actually makes me look more dope or have more free, like fresh flow, like not
Yeah, yeah,
other
yeah,
not
yeah.
other people do, because I don't have to give a shit about what like the outside world. I just
Yeah,
focus on
with this
myself.
guy,
Yeah, exactly. So. Um, That's what I tell my crew, like younger kids from my crew. I tell them like, so
yeah,
what does this mean to you? Like, do you want like battles? Then fucking practice. Be prepared.
exactly. Be
Then
prepared.
do you wanna hang out as a crew? Then keep contact, keep in touch. Do you wanna
Exactly.
like release your stress or do you wanna be like an artist? Like, do something
Hmm.
with it. You make the decision, you perceive what you want, then do it. And don't
Exactly.
get don't care about what other people say. Like, what's the true B-boy? What's the real shit? Like, you are the real
No,
shit.
no.
So,
Yeah, exactly. It's who you are, how you carry yourself. It's Spiky Flavor. He said something like, "Don't follow the trend or don't do what the other guys are doing. Do what you feel like doing, but in a respectable way." He said something like this, and
or
it makes a lot of sense. You saying the same thing, man. Like I don't understand why. I mean, I get it. Like some guys, they want to show that they are the macho b-boy, and like, oh, some people get off of making people feel bad, like so that's how they have fun. But like breaking, I think it's a very positive energy, and so people are always gonna talk. You cannot control that. So yeah,
or
like this is very dope. Um, that's really good advice, man. Like, thank you for that. And I want to know about the
welcome.
Saudi, man. Like, how was your trip to Saudi Arabia? How did you see the? Have you met
Oh
any
man,
b-boys over there?
yo, I couldn't because I was in Riyadh, but
Okay.
man, I forgot the other city. All the B-boys were on the
Jeddah,
other
maybe.
city. Jeddah, yeah, Jeddah.
Jeddah,
I
yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to
yeah.
go to
All the
Jeddah,
peoples are
man.
there.
I heard like Jeddah is like California and Saudi, and Riyadh is like
Yeah,
Riyadh
yeah,
is
Jeddah
like
is like the
New
cool
York.
area.
Dude,
Yeah, Riyadh
man.
is like the capital stuff.
First of all, when I was in
But how?
Saudi, I felt good because the weather, it suits me, man.
Yeah,
I freaking love the weather. Everybody was like dying. They're like, oh, it's so hot. But dude, I've been raised in Doha, like I know the weather.
yeah, I know.
And
So you
and
you got used to it.
it was funny because everybody was looking at us because there was no Asians except us. So it kind of felt like, like, oh shit, so I am in a different country. Like in
Yeah,
Korea,
yeah,
back in Korea when I was young, like we would always stare at like foreign people. It was the other way
exactly,
around. And
exactly.
oh
It's
man, I
different
met so
perspective.
much great people. I met so much great people from Middle East, man. And dude, like I met this my one of my friend was a player. He would be like swagging, and he's from Dubai. And it was weird because you could see like the levels of, like if you're the president, if you're like a CEO, CFO, like you're the manager,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like you could see people segregate each other due to class, like level.
yeah,
But but me and all the Middle Eastern players, like there was like about 120 players that I have to manage,
yeah.
and and about 20 team managers from Saudi I had to manage, so about 150 people.
Oh, okay.
Damn, one thing I can
It's not
say,
easy.
y'all fucking love to smoke and drink coffee.
It's true.
Never on
Yeah, I'm
schedule, but
trying.
always on time. Dude, man,
And,
got me in so much trouble, but bruh, but met so much nice people.
yeah,
I met one of the
Saudi's great,
skaters
man.
out in Saudi. Dude, in Riyadh, I met one of the skaters and BMX bike riders.
Yeah, BMX gang.
Yeah, and we we were having a good time, like with that goody goodies and shit. Good talk.
Yeah, I know what
Everybody
you're
was
talking
so
about.
mad,
Yeah,
respect. Uh-huh.
yeah.
The
Yeah, I know
black
what
thingy,
you're talking
But
about.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hey, dude, everybody was so nice. And I'm still in
Yeah, I
contact
mean,
with all the
they're very
players and the
welcoming.
people
They're
there.
very welcoming over there, and they
Yeah.
like when they see a stranger, it's like they're like they want to get in. They want to get to know them. It's not like, oh, who's this? What are they doing? No, they want to like know what you're doing. They're so interested, and they want to like welcome you,
Yeah.
and that's this part of the world. This is how the culture is. Man, this was a great talk. Like, I'm thinking of doing a podcast where we talk longer because this 20-30 minute stuff is not working. It's not working at all. Like
Chua.
the B-boys, yeah,
Yeah.
the B-boys, they have so many things to talk about, like so much experience and experiences. So Thanks for joining us, Bboy135 of the action. It was a great pleasure to
Sharmuta!
having you here.
Man, thank you. Shukran,
Hi,
Habibi. I mean, Wallahi.
Habibi.
Thank you for having me,
Take
dude.
take care, bro, and have a great night because I know it's a bit late over there.
Yeah.
Enjoy the weekend if you're gonna party or something. Like, just do it responsibly and take care of the corona, man. Peace.
Hi, man. Shukran, Habibi. Masalama.